In today's video, we are going to be talking about the top 4 healthiest meats you can eat. Meat has been demonized over the last several decades, and unfairly so. The link between meat causing diseases such as heart disease and colon cancer is weak at best, but it has still been enough to dissuade most of us off meat, and red meat especially. Western countries are eating less meat than ever before, but somehow the diseases that meat has been blamed for are only increasing. The truth is that meat is extremely nutritious and good for our health. It contains several vitamins and minerals that we cannot get enough of from plants alone, making it a key component to our diet. But the truth is, some meat is healthier than other meat. So in today's video, we are going to be going through the top 4 healthiest meats you can eat. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Kate. I'm a health coach and I post videos on a high-fat, nutrient-dense way of eating. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, feel free to share, and make sure to subscribe. And make sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, where I share new posts every single day. As I said at the start of this video, meat has been wrongly demonized for decades. One of the original reasons was because it contains cholesterol, and it was thought that this dietary cholesterol would raise our blood cholesterol levels, and this would lead to heart disease. It turns out that dietary cholesterol has little impact on our blood cholesterol levels. Our bodies create over 70% of the cholesterol in our blood, and adjust this percentage based on how much we get through diet. If we eat more dietary cholesterol, our bodies produce less, and if we eat more dietary cholesterol, our bodies produce more. There is very little variation in our blood levels when dietary cholesterol is increased or decreased. Even the US dietary guidelines dropped their recommendation to limit dietary cholesterol in 2015. If you want to know more about cholesterol and its role in our health, I uploaded a video on the topic last week that will provide more clarity. The other main reason that meat is considered unhealthy is because it contains saturated fat. But the dietary fat we consume does not translate to fat in our blood, which is what it gets blamed for. More and more evidence is emerging showing that saturated fat is not the cause of disease and is actually beneficial for our health. Meat is also a superior protein source when compared to plant protein sources such as beans and legumes. Not only can you obtain more protein with less calories, but the protein itself is more bioavailable. On top of that, the vitamins and minerals in meat are more bioavailable as well. Take vitamin A, for example. While the different versions of this nutrient often get lumped together, they're actually really different. Beta-carotene, which is the form of vitamin A found in plants, has to be converted to retinol in order for the body to use it. The rate at which we can make this conversion is very poor, with over half of the population having a gene mutation that significantly downregulates this conversion. Retinol is a form of vitamin A that is only found in animal foods, and because it is already pre-converted, we can absorb and use more of it. But anyways, let's get into the top 4 healthiest meats you can eat, and make sure to stick around until the end because I think number 1 might surprise you. Number 4, beef. We are starting things off with beef. As I previously mentioned, beef especially has been wrongly demonized for decades. We have been told to limit it in favor of leaner types of meat, such as chicken. But the truth is that beef is one of the best types of meat you can consume. There are 9 essential amino acids, all of which we need to consume on a daily basis for optimal health. Beef and all other types of animal protein are considered to be complete protein sources because they contain all 9 essential amino acids in balanced amounts. Plant proteins are considered incomplete and have to be paired together in order to obtain all the essential amino acids in the correct amount. It takes over 600 calories of kidney beans to obtain the same amount of protein that you can get in a 4-ounce steak, which is only 180 calories. But protein isn't the only reason that beef is great. Cows are ruminant animals, which means that they have a digestive system designed to obtain nutrients from plants. Food is fermented in a specialized stomach prior to digestion. As humans, if we ate the same plants that cows eat, we would not be able to obtain the same nutritional value because this is not what our digestive system is designed for. But here's the cool thing. All the nutrients that cows obtain from their complex digestive system is passed on to us when we eat their meat. Now, in terms of whether you need to eat 100% grass-fed beef or not, this is a highly debated topic. In terms of nutritional value, they are pretty similar. Grass-fed beef is slightly more nutritious, but the difference is pretty small. There are other reasons to choose grass-fed beef, and I personally try to choose 100% grass-fed beef whenever I can. But the truth is that most cows spend the majority of their life on pasture either way. Now, if 100% grass-fed beef is in your budget, of course, choose that. There are some really affordable options that are popping up. You can head to the website 𝗖𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏 if you're in North America, and that will connect you with local farms. There's also ButcherBox and True Local if you're in the US or Canada, and those are delivery services offering grass-fed and pasture-raised meat. But if grass-fed beef isn't in your budget, don't feel guilty about buying conventional. Number 3, organ meats. This is a bit of a broader category than one specific type of meat, but I had to include organ meats on this list. Organ meats, and specifically the liver of animals, are extremely nutritious. They are the most nutrient-dense foods out there in terms of bioavailable vitamins and minerals. Beef liver especially blows everything else out of the water, but kidney, heart, spleen, and other organs are great as well. Now, the reason that I didn't put organ meats number 1 on this list is because you only need to consume them in small amounts to reap the benefits. 1 to 2 small serves of liver a week will help to maximize your nutrition. And if you're not a fan of the taste of liver, you can grind it up and mix it with ground beef, make burger patties, and this is an easy way to hide it in your food and not even notice. The other option is to take beef liver capsules. I always like to mention this option because I get asked about this all the time. People who want to eat liver for the nutritional value, but just really can't stomach the taste. Taking 6 beef liver capsules a day is the equivalent to eating 1 to 2 serves of beef liver a week. The brand I've been using for the last couple of years is Grassland Nutrition, and I really like them because everything is sourced from within Australia from the highest quality beef, and they are a small family-run business who the owners are retired farmers. They started producing this product because they experienced the benefits of beef liver for themselves and they want to make it more accessible. But yeah, if you want to check them out, I will link the product in the description box down below with a code to save 10%. Number 2, salmon. Now, for some reason, fish often isn't considered meat, which I think is weird, but today we are considering it meat. Salmon is a cold water oily fish, and these types of fish are one of the richest sources of omega-3 fatty acids. And it is important to note that the form of omega-3 that is in fish is the best form you can consume. The type of omega-3 in nuts and seeds is actually the precursor to the final nutrient. When you consume it in this form, your body has to convert it, and this conversion process is very poor. The type of omega-3 that is in fish, such as salmon, is already converted, so you can use more of it. And omega-3 is really important for our brain health, our heart health, and also our joint health. As we spoke about earlier, with beef, the difference nutritionally between grass-fed and conventional isn't that big. But when it comes to salmon, the difference between wild-caught and farmed is more significant. So in this case, I would strongly urge you to choose wild-caught when you can. Now, if you live in a country where it's not as easy to get a hold of wild-caught salmon, I live in Australia, for example, and pretty much all the fresh salmon is farmed, unfortunately. Another option is to buy it canned. You can buy wild-caught canned salmon here. And if you really can't find that, then other comparable options are sardines, mackerel, herring, and anchovies. Number 1, lamb. Like cows, sheep are ruminant animals with the ability to ferment their food before they digest it. This makes lamb very similar to beef, nutrition-wise. The difference between lamb and beef is that lamb is raised almost exclusively on pasture. In some countries, 99% are raised only on pasture and never in feedlots. It is easier to buy high-quality lamb than it is beef in most places. But once again, even if they are finished in feedlots, it's still very nutritious. Lamb is also one of the best sources of stearic acid, a type of saturated fat that is well known for its health benefits. Stearic acid is found in the fat of animals and the fat of some plants. Stearic acid has been associated with weight loss, reduced blood pressure, improved heart function, and reduced cancer risk. In one study done on mice where they were fed either stearic acid, linoleic acid, or oleic acid enriched diets, the researchers found that the stearic acid group reduced visceral fat by 70% compared to other groups. The study concluded dietary stearic acid leads to the reduction of visceral fat as well as lowering blood glucose and leptin concentrations. Right now, our world is going through an obesity and an insulin resistance epidemic, and stearic acid can help with both. And those are my top 4 healthiest meats you can eat. Now, before we wrap up, I want to take a quick moment to talk about pork and chicken and why they didn't make the list. While I do not think that pork and chicken need to be avoided entirely, there are a couple reasons I didn't include them. Pigs and chickens are mass farmed like no other animal, and unfortunately in worse conditions than beef. They are often fed diets entirely of corn and soy, which is far different than their natural diet. Because of this, pork and chicken are much higher in omega-6 than what is ideal. Too much omega-6 in our diets is inflammatory, and unfortunately, most of us are already consuming too much. However, the top source of omega-6 in our diets is vegetable oil, which is unhealthy for several reasons, but one of which is omega-6. So if you have already cut out all vegetable oils out of your diet, that's most of the battle, and including pork and chicken in your diet is probably okay. Of course, you can buy pasture-raised pork and chicken. This will be a better option, but when we compare the nutritional value of these animals to the ones I previously mentioned on my list, beef, organ meats, salmon, and lamb, pork and chicken do not compare. Anyways, guys, that is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comment section down below what your favorite type of meat is. If you do comment, I really appreciate it. When you guys comment more, this pushes my video out to more people. YouTube recommends it more. So yeah, if you do leave a comment, really appreciate it. If you did enjoy this video, you might also like my video on the top 5 foods for weight loss. You can check it out here. If you want to catch up on my most recent upload, you can find it right here. And if you want to take a look at my keto and carnivore diet coaching programs, you can find them here. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.